Well, the man who ran the largest Ponzi scheme in Maryland history is now headed to prison. A judge sentenced 54-year-old Kevin Merrill to 22 years. WJZ is live tonight. Rachel Carden is outside the U.S. District Court with more on Merrill's sentence. Rachel.
The court detailed today how Kevin Merrill started investing money for friends and other people back in 2013 and how his entire business plan came crashing down in 2018 when he was charged with fraud and a slew of other things. Now, more than 100 victims in this case, but one of them came forward to the FBI to say they thought Merrill's investment scheme was illegitimate. The biggest Ponzi scheme in Maryland history, and 54-year-old Kevin Merrill was right at the center.
The Merrill case is a tragic example of obscene greed.
A federal judge said Kevin Merrill's confidence coerced his hundreds of victims into trusting him with their money. More than $180 million out-of-pocket losses, nearly $400 million in invested losses.
That money didn't get spent on college tuition or retirement. That money went to luxury sports cars and high-end watches and expensive clothes and shoes and extravagant mansions here in Maryland, on the Eastern Shore, and down in Florida.
In September of last year, Merrill was arrested for several fraud charges, and he pled guilty shortly after. The government seized assets totaling hundreds of thousands in value, bought with other people's money.
Confidence, that's the root of the phrase con man or con artist. And that's exactly what Mr. Merrill was in this case. He conned many innocent victims out of hard-earned cash.
Merrill was facing up to 40 years in jail. Prosecutors asked for 32. Defense counsel asked for 10. But the judge weighed a number of factors, and the sentence came down to 22 years and payment to the victims. A number of victims left the courthouse today. None of them wished to speak to us, but many were in tears. Now we know 22 years behind bars is the sentence, as well as 3 years of supervised probation after that. Kevin Merrill will also be asked to pay back $4,000 a month in restitution in hopes he can pay back some of these victims. We'll continue to follow this story. For now, we're live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Baltimore. I'm Rachel Carden for WJZ.